Welcome everyone back to TPK, episode 6 of TPK, which will be titled...
Ooh, teaching pirates karate.
Okay. This, no pirates were harmed in the filming of this episode.
Damn it. Spoilers.
You guys are
We don't know that yet.
You guys are underground. Where do you think the pirates are going to come
Cave
from?
pirates.
Where do you think
There's
the karate's
subterranean
gonna-
rivers. Maybe there's subterranean pirates.
But no karate. Or
Sure.
actually, no, they don't know karate because we're going to be teaching them karate.
Subterranean pirates.
That's
an
a
idea.
campaign idea right there.
Yeah, it is.
We did that in one of our other campaigns, didn't we? In Tides of Chaos, when you guys were in the Underdark.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was gonna say like the Underdark.
Yeah, the Underdark had a whole...
Could have done more with the pirates.
I could have done more.
I'm
with
always keen
pirates.
to do more with pirates.
Well, I'm sure you guys will brace the... Not the 7 seas, there's more than 7 seas in this world, but brace the seas as pirates. At some
One
point
big
or
sea.
another. There's lots of smaller seas, because I think, I think seas are ones that are bordered by land, oceans are ones that are just like open. I don't know, someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I think that's the distinction between the two.
Sounds incorrect.
People
But
use them
I'm not going to correct
Yeah,
you.
people use them interchangeably, but
Yeah.
I think that's technically what the
No, that's correct,
distinction
yeah.
is. So smart. Yeah, welcome back to episode 6 of TPK, Teaching Pirates Karate. Last session, we just finished our recap here personally. So last session, the party encountered the Ozmin Goblins at their camp of Camp Oz. They met Bahneng, who was the stuttering leader of the Goblins, and he offered to cure Norman of his ailment, his death ailment.
Love death. My favourite.
You may
Classic
also
death.
notice I'm going to draw attention to it that Ryan is particularly sunburnt at the moment, so
You didn't have to draw attention to it. You could have left it alone.
you
And
draw
everybody.
attention to it yourself, buddy. It's
There would have been a conspiracy in the comments about whether we've been tying you up outside or something, so...
The beacons
I
are
mean-
lit.
If you saw how
Don't alterate.
if you saw how white it was before, you'd know it takes like 20 minutes for me out in the sun. I'd
Yeah.
probably burn.
Well, it's only on one side. Like your other side.
like, I was
You're a bit
sitting-
of like a Two-Face right now.
So like you see, I was sitting at the table and like there was an umbrella. So like, and as the sun went further away, like it just went on this face and more over to this face. So like this arm's a lot more burnt than this arm as well. Like especially like here where the sun first started.
Amazing.
Anyway, we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons today.
it's also summer here now, so we're all wearing our summer shirts,
Yeah.
which is
When Norman came back,
Summer
was he
boys.
a bit sizzled? A bit crisp?
a bit
From all the light from like the big bee.
from the radiance.
No question.
It was like
No, I was just whiter.
So yeah, you guys encountered Bahneng, the goblin leader. He offered to see if he could cure Norman, but more importantly, you discovered the existence of Brooks, who was a goblin who had been acting against the word of Bahneng, the leader, and had been raiding the human settlements. He seemed particularly the town of Highcliffe, which he hailed from. He was unhappy with the humans and their treatment of the goblins post the Great War between Bobos the Unstoppable, the Goblinoid War, and the humans of the rest of the people of Softguard, basically, and harboured that resentment. So he attacked them, but you haven't found the location of Daniel Potter, the little boy you were looking for who went missing during the goblin attack. You were going to go down into the Rainbow Cave, home of the Flaus, where he threw the humans that he captured, the humans that went into the Ismos Hills to try and recover little Daniel Potter. All sound good to you guys?
Yeah.
Yep. No worries. So we're going to pick up at the grand feast that Bahneng is throwing you guys. You may recall that while he has a stutter, he is an excellent chef. And the Ozmin goblins are also vegetarian as well, so there's not going to be any meat here. But as the goblin chefs all bring out the plates of food, you are in a large banquet hall with a fine wooden table that stretches probably 50 feet long. In it. There are numerous seats on each side. You guys are all sat together right up at the head of the table where Bahneng and Brieg are. Pooks is nowhere to be seen, the betrayer. He is probably in the dungeon somewhere, you could assume. They bring out the food on plates, and there are pots of stew, there are vegetable pies, there is fruit, there is everything you could imagine from a vegetarian meal. As a vegetarian myself, as not a vegetarian myself, I'm not a vegetarian myself.
Big news to me. Big news to me.
I'm not a vegetarian myself, so I don't know exactly what vegetarians eat, but...
You're joking, right? This is what you eat, not without meat. They're not like from
my
another
diet
world.
consists of 90% McDonald's and Hungry Jacks.
They just get handfuls of dirt. They just eat that.
Snort it.
Lots of
Just-
chips.
They go out to the sun and they just photosynthesize.
So any vegetarians watching this, don't worry, we love you. This isn't...
It's okay.
Yes, they bring out a delicious meal that smells divine. It is the spices that they have scattered across the food, the way that they have blended it all together. It tastes delicious, and you all dig in. The overall tone of the meal so far, as you guys are all starting out, is generally quite peaceful. Like, not overly happy, as the goblins have just found out one of their own has betrayed their leader, and they're also slightly suspicious of you. I need to emphasize again how weird you guys look. We've got a bandaged man, a man with a long neck, a weird-looking orc, a noble and a dog person. The dog person's honestly probably the most normal, and the human are the two most normal to them.
Far out.
Normal.
And also, honestly, dog person's probably the most normal because you are a noble. And nobles generally aren't in this area. So
This is my territory.
I mean, it's a goblin kingdom. They have a king.
Yeah, they do, but it's not the same kind of nobility. You'll notice that the king is very much one of his subjects. He interacts with and lives around his people. He doesn't have... he's got his own specific sleeping quarters, but there's no castle or anything that he lives in. They all just live in these caves underneath the hills.
Good society.
Little communist.
Socialist goblins.
Yeah, little communist right there.
Can I ask for the table? Is it goblin size or is it?
It's actually, it is normal size. Like, they're small, so they can eat on normal tables. It's just like, it's...
Okay, yeah.
Fit our long
Sure,
legs under the
but,
table.
yeah.
Are they using like utensils or are they using like their hands?
No utensils.
Okay, they're civilized.
Are they
I
goblin
can get
sized
around this.
utensils?
The utensils are probably a little bit smaller, yes. They're not meant to accommodate humans, but
The chair's goblin sized.
Asking the important
you guys can
question.
hold them with like
How many
two fingers
forks can I
like
hold
this.
in one hand?
How many spoons?
But yeah, you guys dig in. It is a delicious meal. After everything has been served, Bahneng sits down at the head of the table next to you all and inquires about the meal. How are you all enjoying the meals?
It's delicious.
Oh, it's so good. Thank
You
you.
got something in your throat.
I think I followed something wrong there for a second.
It's quite accommodatable. I'm enjoying it. Finally.
I'm currently waiting for the head of the table to sit down before I eat, so I haven't eaten anything yet.
He looks over and just like, is everything right with your meal, Norman?
Well, you see, I'm just waiting for you to sit down as the head of the house and table before I start to eat.
Oh no! I insist all my subjects eat before I do. I serve them. I serve them as the king serves his people. So you eat before I. Your needs come before mine.
I see that. That's very gracious. But I simply must refuse. You must eat before I eat.
That might be how it works in your culture, Norman. But I insist that you eat your guests.
Well, if he wants it to. Norman gets a fork out very uncomfortably. Is like, it just keeps looking back and forth.
Yeah, he's giving you the nodding eyes. Like
It gets the
can do
tiniest little bite and goes. Just eats it a little bit. And he's like, okay, now you can eat.
deciding to the fact that he's not going to win this with Norman. But then he picks up his knife and fork, stabs it in, and begins cutting. Takes a bite, begins eating.
And then Norman starts cutting up his dishes very finely and starts eating very slowly and proper.
Yeah. Barney's chewing on some cauliflower. Just... So, how are you all feeling?
refreshed. That was delicious.
A good hearty meal.
I put a little something, my little spark, and as he does that, a little spark flicks between his fingers of magic into it. I thought that you should have a bit of a refreshment if you're going to go down into the caves tonight.
Magic food.
It gives you all the benefits of a long rest.
Oh wow.
So,
hey.
Yeah, you guys can all fix all your HP,
Nice.
give you all that before you guys go down into the caves.
Do we get into
I just feel better.
All the benefits.
A long rest, including the reduction of your.
Hey.
Crazy, -2.
We should come back here for food later, I think.
My wounds have been healed.
What about your leprosy?
You changed your bandages today.
I would check and open them, but I feel that might
Oh, please don't.
simmer the mood.
We have guests.
That's not didn't
We are guests.
The goblins did change your bandages. You asked them for new bandages at the end of the last session,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they have like rebandaged and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
They were a little disgusted by it, but
I mean, who isn't?
Was it like
yeah.
a Tony Stark putting on the Iron Man suit with me just outstretched thing?
Just
okay. So yeah, you guys all good for the long rest at the moment. You guys,
Yeah,
you're
sorted.
He leaves over. Hooks is still safely in our custody. Are you sure that you want him to go with you?
I think we can handle him if he's a problem. Really.
And
He's pretty small.
He's probably our best chance as well for being led to those soldiers from the town.
I'm not sure how useful he will be to you. He clearly doesn't like your kind very much. He could try and stab you in the back.
We'll just keep him in front.
I don't think it's him that we need to worry about. It's us to him that he needs to worry about. Men like him, murderers, cowards, they should be keelholed.
Kill-hold?
Keelhold.
Killhold.
What's a
Kill-hold.
kill? What's a kill-hold?
I am not familiar with this term.
Oh, it's a sailing term. It's what we do to very bad boys.
To the baddest of boys.
Yes.
Is it like a cane or?
Oh,
is it
feel it. Maybe it's a wide, very nice, warm hug you do to the ship and the waves. It's a bit of a workout.
I'm not fully understanding.
Bit of a barbaric practice.
Have you seen ships? You know, the large wooden vessels that ride upon the waves?
I have seen drawings of them.
Yes, and do you know the little maidens that lie at the figureheads of these ships?
I believe I've seen them.
Thumbnail of this
Okay,
episode.
now what we do is when those figureheads have done too much use, they want a bit of a break, we replace them with a bad boy. Yes, this is quite a good job.
That's Ned, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nady, what you doing?
Ned.
I hope you're good now. Sorry.
Bad boy.
Place him with a bad boy.
Baddest
Yeah.
boy.
bad boy.
So he, Bahneng looks at you in disbelief. You just leave them there?
Quite brutal.
The waves, the sea, the tides, and men themselves are brutal beings. And we are in the mercy of ourselves.
That doesn't mean that you have to do that. We will choose
Oh,
to
trust
be
me.
good.
It is not a punishment I wish to put on someone, but one a captain has to do.
That does not sound like that sounds cruel.
It's a
I mean,
sentence.
don't you just throw them down a hole where you know there's a monster that probably eats them?
The Flaus is quick with how it kills.
Okay, I guess that's probably fair.
I mean, I've always found that just cutting their heads off is often the easiest
Yeah,
way.
I'm a big fan of that one
It's
too.
faster. More efficient.
We do not use the Flaus as punishment very often at all. It is only for.
No one's comfortable. It's dinner time conversation.
These punishments are very barbaric in total. People should be subject to a sentence. Something determined by a court, not something you fulfill by yourselves.
We work on a system of democratic. Like the people will vote for the persecuted to be punished. Then they are. I can have more weight with that sentence, but the people always choose. And in the case of Pooks, it's clear that that's what he has done is evil, and his punishment is clear.
So you think anybody who's done something this bad could never have the chance of making up for it?
We have given Pooks many trials before. This is not the first time we have found him disobeying orders for the purposes of harming your people.
Wait, this isn't the first time he's murdered humans?
We don't know about murder before, but we know he has been caught stealing crops from the nearby towns.
I mean, when you were going to put him down there anyway, right? So if we're going down, we take him with us. We can just leave him there.
As long as you were okay with that, but Norman makes a point. This is not the dinner time conversation. This is the intricacies of our political system and criminal courts are not to be subject for much further debate.
Yes.
So what god do you follow?
We
Done politics.
Change of tack.
do you actually ask that, or is
Yeah.
that we do not follow a god.
Ah, interesting.
With there are no gods, but the kings that you worship. The goblins do not have a god.
You don't worship any sort of nature spirits or anything like that?
My father was taught the ways of the wilds of this land from Roran the Wanderer, looking over at Ayata. He walked through and he taught us how to live at one with the land, and it allowed us to rebuild ourselves after the wars of Bobos.
Did your father actually meet and have these interactions with Rowan, or was Rowan like a legend from longer ago?
No, Roran came before I was born, and
Okay.
he taught my father personally how to connect
Wow.
to the land. He taught me the same ritual when I came of age, near to his death. I communed with the spirits of the land, and it's hard to describe. I can't really. It was like I saw the land, and he puts down his knife and fork leaning back. What it was, it's like
Like the force and the chaos of what everything is in like a weird connected kind of a way.
Yes, it was. I could feel it almost breathing, like it was living. The magic was just the flowed through everything. It was.
Yes.
Did it speak to you?
No, it was just a. It was a.
Like another sense almost.
It was becoming a part of a bigger whole. It was.
Okay.
I don't understand it to this day. You look like
I feel like I've had a taste of that myself. I've been taught some similar things, and the way you talk about the land and your connection with the world, I feel like I've experienced something similar myself. Especially with the primal magic, I saw that you can do. I can also perform myself.
You can use the lands as a gift as well.
Yes.
That is amazing. I've never known anyone else who has been taught to do it. Rowan didn't teach you. How did you learn?
Oh, I learned from a wise old turtle that I met.
Turtle?
Turtle, like a big shelled being, They wander here and there. I don't know if you may have ever seen a creature of such nature.
They lay their eggs on the sand most of the time, and then the young have to crawl out of the sand and into the ocean.
They wander around, yes.
So, like a turtle. So he is a dog man. So this is a turtle man.
Exactly.
Dog man. I'm a lupin. Thank you.
Sorry. Lupin.
Yes.
Lupin.
Oh, so I'm told. I don't exactly know for certain, but I could be perhaps a dog man, part dog, part man. But I don't think I am. I think I'm my own thing. But enough about me.
I have heard of your kind, but I never knew exactly what you were called. So.
Well, that's what I'm told. I haven't actually met another lupin yet.
No.
Haven't you?
Nope. I just lived on an island, and it was quite peaceful on my own. And, well, it wasn't just me, obviously. It was me, my adopted father, and a bunch of other people. And none of them were dogs. Well, there were a few dogs, but none of them were dog men.
Did you have a dog?
I didn't, actually. That would have been a bit weird.
Yeah.
But, yes, now I've started travelling, and, maybe see if I can talk to a few of them, find out what's going on with all of our history and whatnots.
Wow, well, hopefully we find some more around here. We can meet someone like you.
Perhaps. Maybe interesting.
I hope to do the same with myself as well. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got more answers than I did.
I haven't really encountered a lot of outsiders like yourselves before, but there are more of you out there, like yourself, the neck and the bandages and the skin and
Guys.
Well, you've got grey skin, which is very weird to them. So,
I've never met another orc that looks like me before.
you were an orc.
They tend to look down on me a little bit. I think I look a bit weird.
You don't look like the orcs from the legends.
What do you mean?
We have heard stories of orcs that are much taller than you, but then our people are small, so the stories could have been exaggerated. And a lot of things are taller than us. So, and green skin, like goblin as well, is often.
Yeah. I kind of get that from them sometimes.
Well, you are an extraordinary party. I say that much.
Well, thank you. I guess we all come from very different places, but at the end of the day, we just want to do good here, hey?
That is the most important. It's what my father always used to say. We should always try to be good by serving others in our community. For me, it is my goblin people. For you, it is your world or community. I don't know. Where are you all traveling? Where are you going?
Wherever the wind takes me. Or takes us.
Yes, somewhat the same, actually, myself. That's how I bumped into Jago.
That's how I bumped into you.
Yeah.
That's how we bumped into each other, I suppose.
What a coincidental wind. I suppose we're heading, what, east? West? West. To the shore and trying to make our way over to, I forget what it's called, but there's a place that we're trying to make our way to. Hang on. Let me just rack my memory.
Sidearm. I think it was.
See
Yeah, I got it.
Sidearm, not
I
sidearm.
got it. Yeah, that place. And also maybe Atlas at one point.
Atlas.
Far away.
I've heard of Atlas before. It's a place of great treasure and trade.
Yes, it's really. I don't know why I didn't remember what it was called. It's like everyone knows Atlas.
I've been in the port a couple times.
Ooh.
Quite a nice place, very rowdy.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there a few times myself.
Is that on the other side of the storm wall?
Yes.
Oh. How do you make it past there?
I actually don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
You speak. You've got such worldly knowledge. I know not much of the hills. It's some of our older fellows might have memories of Bulbas, but they never left Softguard.
This is the longest I've been on land for quite some time. Probably about 6 years, honestly. Been traveling all my life. Most
Wait,
of
you've
it.
been on land for 6 years?
No, I've been on land for 1 month, and this is the longest I've been on it.
Wow.
I've
Nice
never
effort.
stopped traveling in the past 6 years.
And the sea is quite calming.
It is my home, honestly. I have no other home, really.
We all have our paths to make. You said the winds took you here, but if you follow the winds, then the world will be your guide.
Oh, it is in a way. I think it is. Who knows?
What about you, mister? Where do you come from?
So, well, I come from a town that's quite large, and honestly, I don't know whether it's worth bringing up anymore because I'm not really allowed back there. So, I guess, like most of you, I have no home anymore.
I didn't say I didn't have a home.
Yeah, neither did I.
I just don't know where it is.
I actually have well, not my house, my dad's house. It's in So-So Archipelago sort of region. I just don't go there anymore.
By
Well-
dad, you mean your...
No, not me. Like, he was an elf.
You were raised by an elf.
Yes. He saved me
What
from
type
a-
of elf?
he had silver hair. I think they called them moon elves. He saved me from a group of slavers when I was but a wee pup. And he raised me since then. He tried to teach me some magic, as they try to, but...
What type of magic?
Oh, just like arcane and those sort of things. But I didn't really have much of a fondness for it.
Did he hurt you?
No. He was my father. Well, my stepfather, I suppose you could say.
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't it? He was a good man.
Sorry, no. It's fine. I've had quite different experiences with elves.
Oh.
Especially with the magical kind.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, I'm sorry, Jack.
Yes, I think I touched a raw nerve there.
Sorry. None of this dinner conversation. I think if everyone's finished with their meals, then we should. If we're all feeling vitalized, it's before.
Oh well, I don't. Would I be able to have some more?
Corn is very
Bahneng's
good.
mouth breaks into a wide smile. Of course, as much as you like.
Oh.
Anyone else for seconds?
I'll have seconds.
I will go check the kitchen. That he pushes his chair back, gets up, and hurries off to go fetch the cooks for some seconds. For you guys. Second course.
Oh, yeah. Second dinner.
Do you have 2 stomachs?
I just have a large stomach.
Large stomach.
Can we, his neck does the thing where when he swallows it kind of food, you can see it going down, right? So, like, does different food move at different speeds? Can we have, like, bets on how fast certain food goes through his neck?
How fast does tea go compared to coffee? Or
Food race!
I mean, I don't think that's an anatomical thing. Can you see stuff going down a giraffe's neck? Like, it's...
I don't know. If it's big enough, probably.
This is my research I'm going to do after this session. This is a thing.
What about if we cast a light cantrip on it? Will we see like 2 lights?
Now there's an
I'm
idea.
down for this.
I wager my raspberry against your blueberry.
Do I have to swallow them whole?
That's my last move.
Yeah, you do.
Do you have to be?
I can do that.
They're just like little tablets. Yeah, basically. Alright,
Ball in your stomach.
so if you guys wanted to discuss amongst yourselves anything from now, you can do so. Otherwise,
Yeah. I chow down my sinner. My second dinner, if you will.
is that what you're dubbing it? Sinner? Yeah.
Yes.
Do we need to bring anything down with us? I mean, what?
I mean, I'm going to bring my hand axes and my trident and my whip.
I was
That
gonna
seems like a good
ask
idea.
about that. Maybe we could get some rations or King Bahneng.
I have some rations, but maybe.
Have some information about what we're
He's off at the
fighting.
moment. He's fetching you guys.
I go to one of the goblins.
Yeah.
Is there a warehouse or a type of storeroom we could find some rations or rope?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So could you point us in the direction? It's owned by the king, right? Oh, yeah, of course.
I will translate the goblin.
Could you?
Yeah,
I'll relay the information in goblin to the goblin so he understands.
Speaking to Jay, just we have communal food rations that we share amongst everyone, so you can take that for a day or so, and then I think that will be enough. If you haven't found your friends within a day down there, then I don't think they'll.
Okay.
Can you take us to Bahneng's warehouse?
What have you done?
You can't edit that out. You can't.
Yes! That's as good as comedy's going to get.
Oh, I'm
so good.
so
For
funny.
any international
I'm
view,
so
I don't know.
funny.
Is that like I don't if that's not everywhere.
It's not.
It's like
They have
so,
that warehouse that we didn't name by brand in the UK. I'm fairly sure.
Yeah.
Do they?
I think so.
I've never seen it in the UK.
Let's not discuss it any further.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a good business venture for them.
So
Oh my God.
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Do it, Drew. Do it.
It goes against every fiber of my
It does.
being.
Do it.
No,
you
he
gotta
deserves
give
it.
that to him. I was not
He
expecting that
deserves
to
it.
go
That was
there.
very clever. So
Absolutely.
take the
Phenomenal.
inspiration.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
You're a legend.
For yeah,
Hook,
international.
line, and sinker.
International viewers, there is a series of discount warehouse like tool
Chains, yeah.
tool
So-
shops here in Australia called Bunnings Warehouse. So that's we can say that's fine. Yeah.
Also,
It's not like saying it means we're going to be associated with them. It was a butt of a joke.
Sponsor us,
so-
Bunneng Warehouse.
not sponsored, not sponsored!
Please give us money.
You can buy all your shovels and buckets there.
I work part time.
How on brand.
Really take my bank account, please. Just,
But yeah, also something I realised that's going to be quite useful. I'm just kind of just go to the character voice there. I've got a set of manacles from my old guard days. That when we bring good old pooks down with us, we can clamp them up with manacles. Stop them
Feet
from
or
doing
hands?
Probably just hands.
What about a hand to a foot?
Ooh.
He definitely won't be able to be a problem if he's got a hand to a foot.
I suppose, but you still got the other hand free and ready to use.
But he'll have to crab walk everywhere.
Oh, okay, sorry. Let me get through this door to following me.
Yikes.
Because manacles hands.
No, let's manacle his hands.
Yeah, be a good idea. Stop him from doing anything untoward.
I also have a set of manacles from my shipping days.
exactly how kinky is this party?
They're manacles for arresting people, Drew.
0 out of
What
10.
do you use
As a
manacles?
town guard, I understand.
What do you use
but
manacles
from
for?
Jack?
This is a family game.
Amazing.
Just toss your paper away.
That was just off camera.
Yeah.
You
Oh
should have
well.
tossed your paper when you said Bunning's Warehouse.
I'm done.
With a
done,
dropped
boys.
mic. God, I can't get her fucking over that. That's... Alright,
Alright, I'll take us back down.
yeah. You guys have got torches, do you?
Yes, we have.
Yes.
I have plenty.
The goblins, yeah, advise you will need torches. It's dark down there.
Who doesn't have dark vision?
Ooh.
No, he's got dark vision.
I've
now.
got dark vision.
Does everyone have dark vision?
We all have dark vision.
Wait,
I
do
didn't
I
have
have
dark
dark
vision
vision?
level 1, but level 2.
Oh.
I do.
Yeah, you got the indication.
I do.
Pardon?
Hey.
I forgot I've had dark vision.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
We
we've done
don't
this
need
before.
torches.
Everyone's got dark vision.
We can see with our eye
Screw
holes.
your torches. We don't need those.
Well, it can still help. Like you can only see in black and white, for example, when you're down there in dark vision.
We're looking
Pretty
for
sure perception
humans.
checks are also still at
So if we
disadvantage.
carry a
Yeah.
torch, perhaps if the humans are alive
Oh, yeah,
down
they
there,
can see.
they can
Yeah,
come
It's
towards
interpret-
them.
I guess it's
If the humans are
interpret-
But they can't see in the dark, so if they don't see the Flaus, they might run into trouble. So we've got to be careful both ways.
Doesn't hurt to bring them down with us either way.
Yes.
Ooh,
Speaking-
sure we should find out, talk to Bahneng, how, labyrinthian are these tunnels? Is there a chance of us being lost down there?
He's returned now after serving you guys all your second your second supper. Everything. I honestly don't know. I've never been down there myself. It's my knowledge that there is connections between, so that they loop around, but I don't know how deep they go.
Okay.
Well, when our fellows go down there, they only travel a matter of feet to collect the glassy substance. It's sweet. It's truly beautiful, but the creature has been known to come out of nowhere and attack. So they're not going too far in.
Well, do we need to get anything else, or should we get a wriggle on?
I forget if you mentioned it before, but why is it called the Rainbow Cave?
Oh, the Flaus. It's we don't know how, but it leaves, it coats its lair in this. He reaches around, fiddles, and brings out from his pocket a shard. It looks like a crystal shard that is perfectly flat, so it's more like glass. That when reflecting off the sunlight, sorry, not the sunlight, the torch lights of the room, shimmers all the colours of the rainbow. And he moves it around to show you. The cave is coated in this rainbow glass, we call it.
Is it like solid? Or?
It's a solid, like
Yeah, okay.
that's it. Like this, and it's we collect it for jewelry and other things.
Wow. Okay.
But it's, that is why it's beautiful down there.
Okay.
So is there any more information you can provide us about the Flaus? Anything?
Yeah. Exactly.
From reports, it is a huge creature that can squeeze in and out of the small tunnels of the.
It must be slimy in some way then, if it can squeeze in and around places.
It appears out of nowhere. It's incredibly strong. It has these tendrils that smack you, and it's they
Okay.
are known to crush people with a single blow.
I've heard that octopuses can fit through tiny little cracks, so maybe it's a teleporting, squeezy octopus that lives. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm excited.
I think the same thing. Maybe even worse. Could be like a subterranean kraken.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
I've heard of
know
such thing.
not what either of those things are, but
Octopus. Lots of legs. Big head. It's like a head with legs.
it looks like you
8 legs.
blankly. It's just.
Imagining that literally, like a head with 8 human legs.
He's imagining it. He's like,
You've seen the thing, right? It's like it's the thing.
I know. This is strange to me. No.
I don't know. What's the thing? Sorry. Let's move on.
Just like, yeah, they don't live anywhere near the ocean. They've got no idea what an octopus is. Like, it's. No.
It's stuck in my brain now.
Head with legs. Let's make a note of that.
It's got 8 legs.
I imagine it like kind of does something like a circle and it just like rolls with the head in the middle.
Ooh.
That's staying up there for a while.
It's like it walks like a spider would, like just lots of feet, lots of legs with feet. So just
So then the feet go like, it's like.
and whoever's editing this, actually, if you don't draw this and then put it in the stream, then I'm going to be very disappointed.
It's like that thing from Toy Story.
I was thinking the thing.
Yeah,
sorry.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Oh, the baby.
I bet you
Yeah.
like a late episode, it's just gonna be doing something, and then doing something like roll for initiative. And it's gonna be this like thing with just a head and like legs, and we're like,
Oh no!
If you call my mysteries before they happen, then there's no point even creating the mystery.
you gotta bring it back at a random time, and we're like, oh.
You know,
No, I never want to face this thing.
Nightmares.
This is my nightmares.
Brick's played in my long-term campaigns. He knows how much I like to bring back stuff from earlier on in the campaign later on.
Bring things back from the dead.
Callbacks.
Yeah.
Callbacks, yeah.
Bring me back.
I'm
Alright.
also involved in that
Bring it
campaign, but
Oh,
oh,
cut.
I've just been kicked out.
Yeah, we'll bring in Callum over that. Yeah.
Flaus Cave?
Flaus Cave.
Plus good.
You guys are all healed up, full HP.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
What? So you said there might be something you can help me with. but-
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. He ducks out back, and a few minutes later, he comes back with a small little tiramisu that he has cooked for you, and just like pops it down in front of you, and it's, please, dine.
You shouldn't have, as I get my dessert cutlery out of my backpack and start eating.
Didn't have a problem waiting for me to eat this time, did you? He sort of says, comically under his
Attitude
breath.
city.
This has this like destroys Norman's confidence. Like,
He just built him up and crushed it.
It's okay, Norman. I was teasing you. It's fine.
my father would be so disappointed in me. What have I done?
Well, he stops talking. Probably not make that. He was like, I know, you better not make that comment.
Bahneng, before we go down, I don't know what's going to happen down there, but if this Flaus thing, we come across it and we need to defend ourselves from it. I don't know what this is, but what if we kill it? Is that going to be a problem for you?
No, it should not be a problem for us at all. The Flaus produces a lot of this stuff. The rainbow glass.
But it's not like sacred to you.
No,
Or
it
anything.
is a creature that lives underneath Camp Oz. It is not sacred to us. It
All right,
is-
let's go.
How will you
Suppose they'll
kill
just
your
have to-
prisoners if we kill it?
Yeah. Find a different way.
There are other ways.
I suppose you could just get a lid for the cave and just put them down there.
We will not
Put the lid
think
on.
of that.
Split
Sorry.
them.
Alright, back again. Sorry about the disruption. If it was even noticeable to you guys, I ran out of space on my computer, so I had to fix that up. But we should all be good.
Classic Drew.
You ate your tiramisu,
Yes.
Norman. The
After-
magic of the tiramisu invigorates you. It is like it is like coffee, and it gives you that rush of energy. It gives you that rush of energy that removes the -2 that you still have from the.
Amazing.
I didn't die at all, guys. Woo.
It does. I was told
Want
the
to share with
tiramisu
the rest of the class?
I was told the tiramisu had coffee in it. Yes. So
So this is speaking
no,
about
like,
tiramisu.
yeah, because he told me during the break. So.
Tiramisu.
So yeah, it's not
tiramisu.
what it's going to do is it's not going to remove it permanently. It's going to remove it for the next 24 hours.
Oh,
So so that's why I said it's like coffee. Like gives you that spike, but you're still going to have to deal with it afterwards.
That would have been a great surprise to tell me instead of telling me now.
Well, yeah.
Forget what he just told you.
If I didn't tell you, I would probably forget. So because I'm a
Very
great
true.
DM like that.
You're doing good, buddy.
All right. With the tiramisu devoured and the rest of the
Politely consumed.
politely consumed tiramisu and the rest of the meal devoured, you guys are all ready. You have your torches, anything else that you want to grab before you go down into the Rainbow Cave. Otherwise, you're led by the goblins to just outside where the prison holds are. You see, Pux is carried out in metallic chains. He's got two around his wrist as well as two around his ankle, and the chain connecting them together. He glares at you. His red hair spiked in all the directions.
This evening sunshine, we're going to have some fun soon.
Does he still have pink skin?
He still has pink skin. Yes. I was about to say, yeah, he's still got the pink skin from the truth serum that Bahneng gave him, marking him forever as a traitor.
Oh. I wonder if he's still under the effects of the lying potion. Your skin's green, isn't it?
At the moment, it is pink.
Damn it. Trying to catch him on a lie.
Bahneng says,
That was never gonna work. What the hell?
the serum has finished, but also that was not a lie. It's okay. It's okay, Brown.
Brown, do you even know what a lie is?
Brown, what color are you?
Brown's too innocent. He doesn't really understand how lying
You're
works.
too honest.
I want to lie when you say something you don't truly understand.
He probably doesn't have any concept of time. That's what dogs have no concept of time, right?
What?
Isn't like a day like a week for them or something?
What? Sorry, hold on. What? No, what? Dogs don't have a concept of time? Sorry, what the fuck?
Like, well, if you leave a dog at home for 5 minutes or like an hour, they're still very excited to see you. They don't like completely grasp the concept of time.
I just thought they were happy.
That too, but they don't quite grasp the difference between how long you've been gone.
Again, something else I need to look up after this episode.
Well, they wouldn't have like as fine-tuned. I'm sure they'd know it's been a few days.
Yeah, like they would need to in order to. They would have a body clock surely. But anyway,
That's what they
off
would
topic.
go
D&D.
Off topic. D&D. It is just Bahneng, Brieg, 2 guards, and Pooks as well as yourselves that are heading down into the depths of Camp Oz. They push all together a large boulder out of the way. Ayata and Jago, you offer to help. For it is much easier for you to push it than a bunch of the.
I'd help as well. Also, it seems they already have a lid to put on the cave.
Unless the goblin is like Jesus and comes back. But Goblin Jesus. That's something I haven't brought back from the other campaign. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's
Goblin Jesus.
Then they push the boulder aside, and you begin the long 10-minute descent into the depths of Camp Oz. For the larger characters, you really have to squeeze and crawl on all fours anyway. In fact, you're all medium, so you all have to squeeze and crawl on all fours for these. Some of these tunnels are designed only for
right up someone's butt.
Yes.
I'll go the bottom, the last.
I'll go
I'll be
first.
the top.
Okay.
I can actually like
Centipede in my head.
Still, weird image. I got man legs, so I'm just like hunched over like a giant bear with clothes.
I'll go in the middle somewhere with.
And then like stick my neck like underneath my torso and see like how you guys doing?
Yes.
Yes, we crawl down the cave.
Yeah.
Do you want us to put us in order?
In crawling order? No need to put you guys in crawling order at the moment.
it's
You could if you want.
Just for reference.
If you want to show off your new character
It's
tokens,
done.
then you can. But
Are we happy with that? Does
is like
anyone
that.
want to?
Give the cameras.
yeah,
We found our black spot.
They won't be able to see them. But like anyway,
We have character tokens now. They're pretty cool.
yes, with the new art that we've got done,
The art
which
you
I mean
can
you guys
see
would have all been seeing from episode
here,
1 when this
here.
gets released.
Well, who was the artist?
Bernadette Mika, I believe. So shout out to Bernadette. We'll
She did
have
a
her
wonderful
link.
job.
Yeah, her link will be in the end title. Has been in the end title card of all of our TPK episodes because she has been using. Well, we have been using her artwork. Sorry. So yeah, check her out. She does really
Who's
good work.
Bernadette?
Yeah. After that little plug, you guys
Back from the ad break.
you guys crawl all the way down for about 10 minutes through damp caves. So you guys get dirty from doing so until you come into.
Yikes.
You're gonna get very dirty in this campaign, Norman. He's gonna have to get used to
Oh,
it.
you're right next to the dog. He's gonna toss the dirt.
When we start going down, I really regret my decision. I'm like, ugh. Like, the people behind me have to stop every few seconds. I'm just like, cast precipitation on myself to get myself clean.
Pooks is at the front, so that way, because he knows that the only way for him to run is down into the Flaus cave, and it's going to prevent him from running backwards up to the goblins. So he is at the very front. You guys eventually get down to a cavern of sorts. It's around 20 foot in diameter, at the centre of which there is a 5-foot hole in the ground. All these caves are dark, by the way. The goblins have lit torches while you guys are crawling through. Had to snuff them for a little bit while you were going through the really tight corridors, but I've always relit them just because it's easier to see with torches than it is with dark vision, even though you all have it, and so do the goblins. You get down, you see that there is a large stalagmite about 10 feet away from the hole in the ground with a length of sturdy rope tied around it but not securing it, and it is like curled up in a pile next to the hole. Bahneng gestures. That is the Rainbow Cave. The home with the Flaus. You see Pooks is paled slightly. He is trying to remain defiant and not show you that he is scared, but he is clearly terrified. His pink skin that became quite vibrant has paled significantly. He knows once he goes down there's very little chance of him coming back.
Is he, can I pick him up with one hand? Is he that small?
What's your strength?
16.
16? I'll make you do a strength check.
Alright. Well, I would like to pick him up with one hand and just sort of walk up to the hole and be like, alright. And then
Use him down.
Just drop him down.
Well, how deep is
It's, you do want to, you got dark vision, so you can see there's when you peer down, you can see that there is a 20-foot hole.
I'll push the rope down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can climb himself down then. I don't want to jump. Someone will get hurt.
Yeah. Pooks is a unchained Pooks.
Oh, can we leave those on?
You can climb with those on.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Probably.
Maybe just unchain them from each other so he's got, like, his hands can move all separate from his legs.
Very, very well. They lock it back up, but break the chain in the middle, so that way he can move. Hands are bound, feet are bound, but they aren't connected.
Wait a minute. So wait, Pooks put these humans down here, right?
That is to our knowledge, and
that stone plug, it's always there, isn't it?
the boulder.
Yeah, the boulder.
Yes.
Pooks is quite weak, isn't he? He isn't strong enough to do that himself.
Bahneng sort of realizes what you are insinuating and looks at Pooks. That is a good point, Pooks. Who else helped you? Pooks looks furiously at I almost said Travis there. At Jack. Looks furiously at Jack. He had almost got away with it, but clearly he had some help. Then Bahneng looms over Pooks. Pooks, did you have any help? And Pooks snarls back up. Oh, yes, I did. There are more that resent your rule, King. Bahneng is so furious he doesn't quite know what to do with himself. This puts us in a little pickle now, doesn't it? Because I need to... He takes a deep breath. Jago?
Yes.
How good are you at interrogation?
Oh. What? I don't know. I can ask questions.
Of the more physical kind, if Pooks does not tell us who was helping him.
I could be slightly frightening if the time arises.
Let's discuss this. I'd rather not discuss this in front of Pooks because I just don't want him to know what my capabilities are. Can we have a word aside for a minute?
There isn't really much we could actually. There's no real room for you guys to go aside.
I thought this was like
You're
a
like in a tight
It's,
way.
yeah, but like it's a 20 foot diameter
big.
cavern, which you guys could crouch in a corner and whisper, but it's like
Yeah, let's do
it's, okay, yeah. If you,
I go to Pooks' ears and I...
Give it to her!
So he tries to shift.
Just putting the bandages on there as well, like.
Get your hands off
Here.
me!
There you go.
Get your
Tie my,
hands
part of my bandage.
I point to Jago and I point to Pooks and I go,
Pooks just spits on the ground at your feet. Just get off me! Get off me! But yeah, you managed to hold him. You managed to hold him fast.
Where's the criminal? There he is!
He's not looking at himself, but okay.
He knows
Doesn't
who I'm
matter.
looking at.
Yeah. Bahneng looks over. We need to find out who's been helping him with the attacks on your village will not stop.
I understand that, and I guess, look, I can intimidate him. I'll do my best to, but look, I speak flippantly of throwing people into holes and murdering them, but I'd rather not torture someone.
I'll tell you if you don't throw me in the hole, says Pooks. Bahneng glares at him furiously. This. Do you think you can get him to talk?
If he tells the truth. But I'll tell you now, if we agree to this, he doesn't go in the hole even if you want him to.
Alright, Pooks, we'll take your bargain. I don't want to put you in an uncomfortable situation.
I don't think we should trust him. He knew this was going to happen. What's to say that the people that helped him aren't waiting on the other side of that hole for you to come back?
That will be up to us. I don't think they'll ambush us, but this is something we must deal with. You go ahead. We will take care of Pooks here.
Very well. I'll go first then, I suppose.
All right. You grab onto the rope and sort of it's a small hole. It's only 5 foot. And you begin to let yourself down. And I think that's where we'll end it for today. So that is episode 6 of TPK, right on the cliff of entering Rainbow Cave. Thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully it was entertaining and you enjoyed watching this episode, as you hopefully enjoy watching all of it.
this episode has to be called Bahneng's Warehouse.
Yes! We're going into Bahneng's warehouse.
If you enjoyed watching this episode, please remember to subscribe to us, The Dungeon Inn, and click the bell icon, the notification icon, so that you get notified when we upload.
Like, comment as well.
Yep.
All that good.
Like, comment, subscribe.
All that kind of stuff. It really helps us.
So happy.
We really are just a bunch of young guys trying to do this for fun. We don't have great means, so every little bit helps. Thank you for even getting this far with us. So thank you everyone very much, and we'll see you next week on TPK.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to wear the same clothes next week.
I've made an effort to wear this jumper on every single episode.
Really?
You're nasty.